and 500. Well, actually, less than 500. Less than or equal to 500. Then it'll run the rest of the code. For the thing. Else it goes into the ether and just gets ignored. Alrighty. Now I'll have chat inputs, which will have every word in a thing. Then for X in chat inputs, match X let's put a little underscore in there, or for a general thing to be like, hey, once it happens, it happens. I probably need to figure out how to do multi-threading type of stuff for this, because data is data, and I can't control how fast the data comes. Okay, let's save that for now. And then let's add in the basic movement. Match this. And then I'll want the next one, this. Oh, wrong thing. Okay. Then solid ping to move down. Alrighty. So now go back to the Theg world. Alright, so I need to figure out how I'm going to get the movement instructions from the gift system to everything else. Oh, I know. I could just do what the damn example is doing. Alrighty. So what? No. Nope. Okay, there's gotta be a way to make it so that I can, like, uh, how is it able to be contacted by just using it with that? Okay, so let's look up the percent sign prefix in the docs. About or using that. Percent sign. Okay. I'm a big fan of the percent operand for referencing internal fixed nodes in the scene. We'll use those. It needs to be generic or externally edited. Exporting the node itself is the way to go. For example, if I'm making an enemy scene, I want to have a path 3D to follow. Created outside of the enemy scene, then I would do blah. Alrighty, so theme unique node. Oh, I just have to set it up as a unique node. I guess. Let's add a thing in here. And then root type rename. Resources. Nope. Why? How do I make a node unique? Unique. Access scene in unique name. It should be like right here. That's my question. What the flip flop? Do I need to get my chinchilla? Do I need to hit it? No, hitting it won't help. Okay, this one has it. Why don't you have it? Let's look at the example again. Okay, they're all external from the scene root. I'm going to close the fake world thing. And then instead make this one accessible by unique. And I'm going to dispatch that script. And then add a script here to handle all the player controls. I'll copy this, move it into the players thing, and then snatch the code that I put into here and put it into and then pop it into here with a control V, not a control C. Alright. And then I'm going to remove that and replace that with the players, the chat, and then the data. In the event that there's a thing, I always control C things by accident. Lol. Yeah, it can be annoying. Anywho, words. I don't even know. So yeah, when it chats, I'll yeet the information over to the player. Go to save that. Then I have a match case. So it'll take the message, chop it up into different words, and then it'll go through the thing. Like it'll go through that array, and then depending on the emote, it'll do different things. Which is honestly a little messed up, but it is what it is. Anywho. So now I want to adjust the thegling code. Because I don't want this type of movement. This is not the movement I'm going for. This is the type of movement that is just, oh, I'm going to calmly meander over. No, I don't want that type of movement. I want to go from here to there and just Split. Scariest horror game. Tell. Silent Hill was. Nah, actually, never mind. Uh, there's definitely a horror game that just filled me with absolute dread, but I don't remember what it is. Uh, oh, if I remember correctly, there's a pretty good horror game called, I think it's called Pony Island. It's got some good suspense in there. Yeah, I think Pony Island is the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, it has a like, it's an interesting story from what I remember. Not this one. Not this one. No, I'm talking this one. It also has a really high rating. Yep, it's 2D. Hmm. Oh, so you want a game that is 3D? Uh, yeah. Also, it's only $5. Hey, full bong. Are you? Oh, oh, full bong. Please don't talk about piracy in the chat. Like, I understand, but also like, I want to protect myself terms of service wise. Yes, but yeah, I am going to assume. I'm going to assume that you got a stream key from a friend. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that reminds me of one time where I actually purposefully emailed back a. I've been streaming for 6 hours, and I've been, I've been planning, planning for days. Anywho, I need to remove the top down movement node, and then I need to make it so that the script will have movement and snapify to a range. Uh, I'm eventually going to have IDs on the different characters to handle mass information stuff. Words. Okay. Bar ID. Fine. That's a thing. Okay. And then I need to figure out how I want to handle the movement. Well, on ready, function ready Broken Tape is a narrative-driven first-person walking simulator with elements of psychological horror, where you take the role of a test subject in a big organization created to find, study, and deal with anomalies. You are tasked with a job to locate and eliminate anomalies in a series of old unknown tapes containing more inside them than meets the eye. Forget your origin, forget everything you knew before this day. You have a job, you have a task. Alright. Oh, welcome back to the chat, Real Jihan. Actually, I think I saw a thing about Broken Tape the other day. One moment. Game. Okay, not what I thought it was. Never mind. Anywho. Oh. Alrighty. So, on ready, I need to connect the signal. So, let's set up a on ready signal of bar. Oh wait, I don't need to, because I can just do layer first. Connect, and then I'll have a signal that's just like move right, comma, and then I'll have a thing that's just like move right. And then I'll have a function that's just move right. Function move right. It'll require an ID. And then if for my ID, okay. If my ID is equal to ID, then position plus equals position in dot x plus equals 64 on the dot. Alrighty. Okay. So if I have this done right, oh yeah, first I need to also make the signal in this. So signal move right ID, and then here, all emit move right dot emit, and for now I'll do the default ID. Do I have a space? I don't have a space. Cool. Save. All right. I think I'm ready to test it. Okay, let's get a Mercy 1 in the chat. Mercy. That's a Mercy 2. Oh, Mercy Wing 1. It worked! We have movement! Wait. That was 4 location. That was 4. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Okay, one more. I need to test to see if it's going 1 space or 2 spaces. That is not one more. Okay. Okay. Mercy Wing 1. Okay, now. Okay, my mouse is over the character. Okay, it moves 2 spaces. So, that just means that in the Thigling, I just need to turn the 64 into 32. We are 1 step closer. Alrighty. Now to hook up the rest of the movements. Alrighty, so let's copy this, paste, 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 and then left. Oh, the thing isn't up yet right now. One moment. Up and down. Let's open it back up so that we can test if it moves if the text is there. Mercy 1 with text test. Okay, still works. And I fixed it so that it only moves 1 space now. I'll add it. So, alright. A little bit of progress. Okay. So now let's set up the different things. Alrighty. Boom. Copy that. Paste. Paste. Right. Left. Up. And down. One moment. I want to hook up these signals real quick. Those are in place now. And then save that. And then move over into the script. And then paste these into here. And then this will be left. Party hat is up. And Java ping is down. Alright. And then I want to call this. Paste, paste, paste. Left. Up. And down. Alrighty. Okay, we're now booted up. Mercy Wing 1 will move to the right. Mercy Wing 2 will move to the left. Or at least try to. But yeah. Party hat will move up. And Sabaping will move down. What do you mean, why not work? Did you try and do over 500 characters? Okay. Oh, there's a max number of emotes you can do at once with Twitch. Okay. Bye. Have a wonderful time. Receiving 2. Let's see if we can get him back onto the map. Is Mercy Wing 2 not... I just realized something. I forgot a very important detail. This has to be a minus sign. These need to be the letter Y. And then this one, I think this one actually needs to be the minus sign. Party hat. Okay, this one should make it move up. Yep. The party hat is functional. Good. Okay. And then Sabaping. So yeah, it does all of the instructions at once. Okay. That's something I'm gonna have to consider. Actually, I need to test something with the Mercy Wings. Okay, that puts him into the wall. These are supposed to have collision. So I'll need to account for collision in this case. Or I'll need to figure out a way to account for collision for this. Alrighty. But yeah, we have up, down, left, and right movement. Which is very nice. Okay. Gotta do a little bit of snacking. Alright, new viewers. Just so you know, if you type Mercy Wing 1 into the chat, it will move the thing to the right. If you type a party hat into the chat, it'll move the thing up. And if you type a Cyberping into the chat, it'll move the thing down. And I am very excited about this. Ah yes, professional. Professionally eating a peanut. Anywho. Alright, so now I think the next order of business is adding collision of some sort. The question, however, is how do I handle the collision in this case? Get the position and distance to the edge. If distance move is greater than or equal to distance to wall, distance move equals distance to wall. The problem is I don't know how to get the distance to the wall. Let's look at the 2D map. Alright. The wall is a tile map. So it'd be a problem of That's the problem. Shapecast 2D. What does Shapecast 2D do? Actually, sweeps a region of space to detect collision objects 2D. What the hell? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna go into the Thegling. And I'm going to add Shapecast 2D. Let's go minus 32. Y0. Okay. Minus 64 then. Let's save that. Then go back into this. Okay, that should give a pretty clear indication that if it's in this section or not. Alrighty. So collide with, say, areas and bodies. Exclude parent, good. Enabled, true. Or you can do the positions of all the edges, and if position.x is greater than or equal to wall edge position.x equals wall edge. First I'm testing to see if like how this functions. Because I want to, wall edges would need to be an array, by the way. Left cast. Alright. I'm just trying to understand how the collision thing works, or the shapecast works. Actually, that's what the docs are for. Shapecast. Alrighty. Shape casting allows to detect collision objects by sweeping the shape along the cast direction determined by the target position. Useful for things like beam weapons. By calling that in the same physics frame. This also helps to overcome some limitations of area and used as a continuous detection area, often requiring waiting a couple of frames before collision information is available to area node. And when using the signals connects, and when using signals creates unnecessary complexity. The node can detect multiple collision objects, but it's usually used to detect the first collision. Alright. Okay, and then I could use an is colliding. So let's go into the thing. Okay, move left and not left cast dot that is colliding. Okay. Let's start with a couple mercy wings to the right. And then one mercy wing. How a bummer. Okay. So if I do one mercy wing to the right, to the left, it doesn't do, it does the thing I expected it to. Interesting. This is a conundrum. Because, like, the one is doing what it's supposed to. The two is also doing what it's supposed to. But if I move to the right first, and then two to the left, it'll go right on in. Well, there is collision. Some previous tests did prove that it works with collision. However, if it's too far away, it just ignores the movement. Well, it's because it's teleporting now. Okay. How does raycast work? Raycast 2D. Okay, there is a raycast 2D. But let's close this. Go back into the thickling and add a raycast 2D. So from inside. Areas and bodies. Exclude self. Raycast dot target position is equal to vector to -4, 0. And if it's not, okay, try this. Oh yeah, helps if I use the correct thing. Okay, let's see if normal. Okay, it didn't even work there. So I did something wrong. Hmm. Okay, let's look at the tutorial, the docs on ray casting. Hmm. Alrighty, so dot space. Godot physics runs by default in the same thread as game logic, but may be set to run on a separate thread to work more efficiently. Due to this, the only time accessing space is safe is during the node's physics process callback. Accessing it from the outside this function may result in an error due to the space being locked. Okay. So the raycast is like a circle type of thing. Okay. One moment, just getting my wrist back into this place. Let's give a wrist a little stretch. How do I do this? Maybe I need to do something a little bit more roundabout and like do something like queuing movement of some sort. Because I'll need to use the physics process anyways. So it would make sense to use the physics process to handle all the movement. So, function physics process pass our movement queue equal to an empty array. And then let's say instead of position x equals that, it'll just be movement q dot append vector 2 and then I'll want the x value, so minus 32. Trying Resident Evil 3 again. I think I was using the wrong exe last time. Yeah, that could do it. Okay. Oof. So each frame, what with this? So then once it here, hit the space, our result. If it didn't hit anything, the dictionary will be empty. If it did hit something, it will contain collision. Okay. Oh. If I do this. Expected at most 1, but received 2. Oh. Well, that's not what it says in the doc. Must have been an old doc. Okay. So let's replace that with this. Pass to and then equals movement to 0. Only identifier actually access and assign target. Set to okay. So set it to that. And then yep, it's enabled. Or null if no object, i.e. is colliding, it returns false. Is colliding. Yeah. And then if it's colliding, I need to do something. That something is something. Okay. So if it's colliding, then I need to remove the first item in the array and just discard it. Isn't, I'll want to process the move. So go to arrays. What can I do with an array? Does array state? Removes the first occurrence of a value from the array. The value does not exist in the array, nothing happens. To remove an element by index, use remove instead. Okay, what does a move do? Remove an element from an array by index. If the index does not exist in the array, nothing happens. It doesn't return a value. It will be slower if the removed element is close to the beginning of the array. This is because all elements placed after the removed element have to be re-indexed. Oof, sucks. Alright. So if it's girl hiding, movement queue dot remove, zero. Might put my project to the side and work on something more manageable. 2D. That's fair. Oh. And then if it's not sliding, then position plus equals movement Q item 0. And then remove it. If movement Q dot is empty, don't bother with anything. Alright. I can make a game like, okay, knowing me, I'm gonna end up making 2D Mirror's Edge already exists. Ooh, I could make a game like Vector. Search up Vector mobile game. Sure. Vector mobile game. Wait. Oh, I remember this game. Or at least something similar. I think the game I remember is Catapult. Yeah. There was a similar game like this on Congregate Games that I played it a lot too. Anyhow, so let's try again. Okay. Mercy Wing 1 test. What is your major malfunction? The hell you mean there is no base set class 2? Or okay. That's fine. Okay, so I'll need to change the target position to that. Is equal to that. Let's try this instead. Okay. Wrong portion. Okay. Testing with the normal Mercy Wing. Okay, something else happened. 'Cause Am I using like an old thing? Oh, no wonder I'm having problems. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I was using 3.6 documentation. Okay. First, we'll remove it in. Okay, remove act instead. Let's try this again. Let's start with a basic Mercy Wing 1. Good. And then a basic Mercy Wing 2. Good. Now another Mercy Wing 2. Good. 3 Mercy Wing 1s. And then 4 Mercy Wing 2s. It works! Full bong rip. I challenge you to break the collision system. Because your test may be better than mine. So, 6. Alright. So I started here. I went down 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, which is less than the 6 that I put down. I went over 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Yeah, I went over only 4 that time, and then 1, 2, 5, 6. Huh. Thank you for the raid, BK Dev. How was your stream? And what were you doing? Words. What were you? Yeah, saw the title and had to check it out. And welcome to the chat, Ryan K. Hawkins. Saw the title and had to check it out. So, an educational climate game. So, a basic rundown of how this is currently working is Mercy Wing 2 will move the character to the left, and Mercy Wing 1 will move the character to the right. Saba Ping will move the character down, and Party Hat will move the character up. For example, as you can see, Andidosa has collision. And there is a character, there's a character limit of 500. Thank you for the follow, BK Dev. How am I going to host it? Currently, I'm using my computer, which is not even breaking a sweat at the moment. If I have to upgrade, if I have to upgrade servers, and it's viable, I'll upgrade the servers. But right now, the power requirements or the uh, task manager requirements for this is low enough that a Raspberry Pi could play it at the moment. So I just might have to buy a Raspberry Pi if I don't have enough server room at the moment. uh, but yeah, I'm excited. I just got the movement working in with collision. Also, take a look at this. Oh, I did some extras. Or did some of the wrong emote. But yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. It should have stopped right here. But it just kept going. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, I've got to raid and run. Sorry, but I have a nice rest of your stream. I'll hopefully be able to check in another day. Well, I'll be back on, I'll be back. I'll be here later at 1 p.m. too. Or about 1, words. I'll be back on in 5 hours. After I take a nap at 9. But yeah. Thank you for the raid. I hope to see you again soon. I'll be here. Interesting. Seems that spot just doesn't have collision. Yep, got a rate of 2. Honestly, even one's even a rate of 1 is nice. Yep, any raid's a good raid. So now I need to figure out what is going on with the collision. Because for some reason, the collision on some of these items isn't working right. There's something wrong with this collision of some sort. Right? Because the character blew right through these items for some reason. Hmm. Which is weird. Okay, let's just do a bunch of let's just do a bunch of those. Okay, that worked, which is fine. Let's do some mercy wings over to the right. And do some more sabo down. And then a bunch more to the right. Why does it work to the right? I mean, to the left and down, but not. Okay, let's see if it's just a width issue. Okay, what's going on? Why is the movement to the right having a problem? Let's go to project settings and adjust the physics. Or actually, no. Why? Like the other two things, like the other things that are working, have the same thing going down. What makes this different? Two. No, that's a pretty short raycast. Wait a second. It's a centering issue. Okay. Minus 16. Plus 16. So now, and then I say that again. Now it's working. It's working again. Yes. All right. Oh, how am I gonna tell people about controls? Am I gonna have to be like, hey, you can use this, like you can use Sabbath King for down, or Mercy Wing 1 for right, and Mercy Wing 2 for left, and Party Hat for up, every time a new chat thing. It's like, sure, that works for when there's like 4, but there's like 25. Yeah. So the plan is to use like a list of like almost 25 different emotes for this. Right now, 4 are active. 4 work. I'll also want to have it set up so that each player, like each person, can have their own little thing with like their name on top. Because that would be the ideal situation. Hmm. Also, to be fair, I'm going to be ending my stream in about 10 minutes. But I do plan to start up the stream again in around 5 hours or 4 hours. Just so you don't like bring them here and then be like, oh, I got it, and then I'll have to be like, oh no, I gotta go. But right now, But right now I'm only using half of the data that I'm getting. Yeah, blasting planets. Okay, so print under data. Oh, welcome to the chat, Ifini Itani. Right now I'm about to try and figure out how to get the username of a user out of the sender data so that I can pop it into a character and have that be that character's ID. What plugin am I on? I'm using the gift plugin. Uh, I'm using this plugin. Of the four, this is the one that worked the easiest for me, and I've actually been able to make progress with it. Oh, one, yeah. Got to go, match just started. Lurk. Oh, well. uh, Anywho. So, yeah. So now, all I need to do is... Oh, yeah. In the script, now I have it print the sender data. I'll have to save, and then I'm going to move this window over to the other side for a little bit, and then put it here, and then test, because I don't know what data comes out of the sender data. Actually, prints chat. Days gone, testing now. Works. Alright. Let me reload this. Move that over here. Testing. That doesn't tell me shit. Okay, so it gives me a ref counted bid number, which I don't know what that means. Which means I'm going to have to beat this thing up for code again. Alright. For badge in sender data, tags bag. Oh, I have to cut it up. Okay. So I have to get into the badge system, or I have to get into the sender data. It's kind of like a dictionary type of thing, but it uses tags. Interesting. Locations, okay. Tags has emotes. I don't really care about that at the moment. I want the username. Stream equals. Let's go vertical. Time. Okay, it uses the tag display name. Alright. So now we can go into the layers. Then through data, display name, or yeah, or that or d is equal to sender data dot tags display name. Alright. Save. And then this tag, let's set you to alright. If it works how I expect it to, if I do the Mercy Wing, it'll go. Cool. Full Bong, can you please do a Mercy Wing of some sort? Or an input, like one of the inputs? I'm testing if I can get it so that did it move? It didn't move. That is okay. We now have it set up so that we can have individual characters. Okay. So. Okay. Alrighty. So, a bit of success here. We now have it so that the system will identify the chatter and then send the instructions out, and only the Thegling with the correct ID will respond to the action. So now I need to set up Theg spawning, like Thegling spawning. Okay. So movement, have that set up now. Okay. next objective will be to add player spawning, so that if there's no thegling with the characters, with the chatter ID, it spawns a theg. That will be the plan. Alrighty. So we have made a lot of progress today. We have added character movement. We have added character ID or player ID, so that we can get specific characters or get specific entities for different players. But yeah. And it is now 9 a.m. I am going to pick someone to raid. And then from there, and then I'll be back in a few hours after I get some sleep. So okay, and they're not. So the person I want to raid right now is not here at the moment. So I'm. One moment. Words. Oh well. I'll just rate them anyways. They have the same audio type of setup. Yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna raid Pirate Software. They're a bit bigger, but wait, are they online? Oh, but yeah. Words. Do we want a raid message? Actually, Mercy Wing. I think Mercy. Words. Mercy Wing 1 to Wish Moving. I think this will be a good raid message. Alright. And we're gonna raid in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright. Did it work? Okay. Let's close that and open up this, or get the audio. Words. Anywho, for those that are still here, have fun. I'll be